In this video, I'm going to show you what I'm planting in February. We're going to start with my most traditional February plant, which is going to be peppers. There are clips on these because it's slightly breezy and I don't want them blowing off. Okay, so I'm going to start with these peppers. So I'm going to just do all the peppers at once. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different varieties of peppers, I believe. So 6 varieties of peppers, 6 things to put peppers in. That works out perfectly. All right, and they need to be about knee deep. About the first line on this thing, which I think is a centimeter. So I'm going to start with the ones that I have in here. So we'll go with this one first, because the first one I grabbed. And I don't want too many pepper plants, so I'm just putting 1 seed in each hole. So usually I would mark my seedlings with masking tape, but I do not have masking tape. I ran out. So this year I'm going to use this funky little like scrapbooking tape, and I'm just going to stick those on the sides. And then I'm going to come over here with my gardening journal, look for a blank page. That's good. And also my pencil, which ran off. There we go. And so then I'm going to take a little square of the tape, same tape. I'm going to say, stick that there. And that is going to be the large one, and that is orange. Mini petals. Cover them up. Okay. And I'm going to quickly repeat that for all of my peppers. It's just going to be the same thing. They're all peppers after all. Okay. Thank you for that. Alright. Alright, that's all my peppers planted. I doubled up on the Jimmy Nardellos. There's 2 seeds in each of these 4 containers because we really like those, and I have planted those many times before, and they always work out, and they're always delicious. These are 2s that I had saved from 2 years ago. I don't know if they're going to grow, so I could get nothing out of these. And then there's 1 seed per for these 5. Would be, if only 1 in each of these came up, that would be 24 plants. Don't think every single seed's going to come up, which is why I planted only 24, because I only have 50 pots and I need at least half of those pots for tomatoes. So hopefully I end up with about 20 pepper plants. I want 20 pepper plants, 20 tomato plants, and then I can do 20 sweet potatoes or something about that. That's the plan. Watch it not work that way. Now that those are off the thing, I have a lot more space. I'm going to water them in once I put them inside in their window, because I will spill water all over the house getting them from the backyard into the front window. This is Royal Carpet Alyssum. I planted this in the front boxes last year. It was beautiful. I did it in the fall. I'm going to see if I can't get it to grow in the spring by starting it a little early. And I'm using strawberry containers because even though I have 16 seed starters, that's not actually enough for February, and I haven't bought new ones for March yet. So, well, the new ones are coming in March, hopefully, by March. This will not stay open. Okay, then. Actually. Yay, it works. All right. Alyssum. I'm just going to plant the rest of these. I know, yes, it's a lot. But most of these did not come up last year, and now they're even older, so I think even less will come up this year. And then I'm just gonna... Okay, next I'm gonna do Yarrow, which is technically a weed around here. And we do have it, but we only have the white variety, and I want this to go along the fence because I can't get anything nice to grow along the fence, so I will take a weed that's really brightly colored. It's only a weed if you don't want it there, right? I want it there. These are so incredibly tiny. You might get to compete with thyme seeds for how small they are. Okay, just bunch those in there, and I saved some more in here for next year. Okay, and then I got the lemon basil. I don't actually need all of these. I just grabbed all of them because I didn't know how many I would need. Alright. So, this is what's going in here. I have a couple different flowers, a lettuce mix, and some rosemary. That's what's all going in these. Lettuce you want to do very, very lightly into the soil. It does not like to be deep. If you put it too deep, it won't sprout. For the lettuce, this isn't a plant once, don't you? Again, this is gonna be a planting I do every 2 weeks for the rest of the year. So that I have salad all the time. This house goes through a lot of salad greens. Okay. Next up, rosemary. So, same as the lettuce. Light little holes. Don't have very many of these. It's fine because they're supposed to be a perennial, I think. Around here anyway. So I shouldn't need a lot. I can imagine that the oregano would be and the rosemary wouldn't be. Now we're on to flowers. So next is going to be Agastache. Surface sow. So I'm not even going to dig holes for these. I'm just going to put them on top. Please don't be extremely tiny. Oh boy, they're tiny. I guess now's a good time to mention that all of these flower seeds are new. And I have not grown any of these varieties before, except coneflowers, and I bought them pre-sprouted at a nursery, so that doesn't count. I've never started them from seeds. Okay, you know what? That was a waste. I'm using all of these. This is like getting celery to sprout. They are that tiny. Hey, coneflower, 1/8 of an inch. Please don't pick up too much right now. I'm almost done. Let me finish. You're gonna sow these 1/8 of an inch. They're way too big for that. Primroses, surface sow again. Alright, and my last planting of today will be this, which is butterfly milkweed. Alright, these go pretty deep. Obviously, they're large seeds. No, I'm missing. Aha! That's not actually it. I missed some. I missed this one because I had it under my book. Alright, so now I got these two and then I'm done. So, I'm going to start with the celery. And this is really easy because it's a surface sprinkle. Celery. Okay, and this is my last one, and this is going to be my Snapdragons. If I can get them open. These are also a surface, so I'm going to save the rest of these because this is a ridiculous amount of seeds. Bunch in there. The rest can go in there. Okay. There. And those got to get done with a spray bottle. Okay. Now I've done them. Snapdragons, my all-time favorite flower. Although so far I can only get them to flower in the winter. They say they're not frost hardy, but the ones I planted last year beg to differ. Alright, now I got to sort these so that I have cold plants on one side of the trays and warm plants on the other, because they're in a window over a radiator. So the ones over the radiator portion stay nice and hot. So I want that for the peppers, the tomatoes, the like vinca flowers or something like that. I didn't plant vincas today. While the front I want for things that are more frost tolerant, like lettuce, or in this case, these guys. They do fine with the frost, at least as far as I've seen. Celery's alright with the cold. It won't really sprout very well. And Yarrow said frost tolerant, so I'm going to put it like that. There we go. Now let's figure these out. Those each get their own trays, the big ones. So that just leaves the little guys. These two are empty, so they can go wherever there is room. What needs to be warm? Basil's down there. The peppers all need to be warm, so I need 5 spots. So there's 4 in that. So I need 1 spot here. No, I got 6 pepper plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 pepper plants. I can't count. I can put one up here. Spray container, lettuce, plaid. Okay. Lettuce is gonna go there. Rosemary, I'm gonna say needs to be warmer. So, put that there. Agastache. Don't know anything about that. Coneflower, Primrose like cooler, so Primrose was hearts. Primrose can go there. Coneflower can probably stay there, and that can go there, like so. And then the empty ones can go on the one on the ground. Okay, all of these are cooler weather plants, so I'm just gonna throw one of these inside and water everything. But that is all of the plants that I am going to be planting in February, at least as far as I know, unless I get a free pack of pepper seeds like the last week, but that won't be in the video. Sorry. See you in March, or 2 weeks from now, one or the other.